we can almost induce a feeling of anxiety and panic by changing the way that we breathe.
Of course we can. And if anyone wants to do that, you can start breathing in this very unhealthy way right now. You will stimulate a sympathetic response, and that's easily measured. So I thought this was interesting as well. At UCSF, which is very close to my house, University of California, San Francisco, Dr. Margaret Chesney had worked for decades on National Institutes of Health research looking into something called continuous partial awareness, also known as email apnea. And what she had found was that when we sit down at our desks in the morning, one estimate says that 80% of office workers do this. We open up our email, got Zoom on, got Twitter on. Oh my God, I have 60 emails. We stop breathing. We just stop breathing, and then we go. So she called it email apnea because we're so distracted and stressed out by what's going on. If you think about when you're extremely, let's say there's a tiger coming around the corner here of my house. What am I going to do? I'm going to be silent because that is a reflex reaction to be very scared, to be silent so you don't become prey. And once it's on, once the fight is on, I'm going to breathe a ton to get more energy to my body, to feed more energy to my brain and heart and other essential muscles to get me out of that situation or to fight off that thing. But we do the same thing unconsciously at work. Even though there's no tiger around, even though there's nothing threatening us, our sense of threat has become so sensitized that so many of us will stop breathing or start breathing completely dysfunctional. And she's found that if you do this for long enough, it can have some of the same effects on us as sleep apnea. By that, I mean neurological disorders, physical problems, again, spiking blood glucose, adrenaline. And it's just something so few of us are aware of. And I was wearing a pulse ox and all these different measuring what happened. Every morning I put this stuff on and sit down. My breathing would go to hell every single morning. And I realized that, that's probably a reason why around 11:30 I used to get the slight headache, used to feel kind of fatigued. It was still morning time and I wasn't full of energy. And so by just switching your breathing, again, you can allow your body to work so much more efficiently.
Subconscious breathers and infinite beings alike. So if you found that information quite shocking, or you're someone that does computer work and you want to de-stress in different modalities in terms of breath work, I accompany that. And if you want to join the members group, you can hit the link in the bio. And you can see that we did a recent Zoom call on how technology affects breathing. So, if you want to learn different techniques in terms of combating quote-unquote email apnea, or did you know that anytime you use your phone, you are raising cortisol levels and that it affects your breathing? So, if that may interest you, along with the members group, where you'll find hundreds of hours of alchemy breathwork content, hit the link in the bio and fight email apnea, or find different ways of combating with stress all around us in everyday life. And that's what alchemy breathwork is about. How am I integrating the breath in everyday life? All right, guys, peace out.
What's up, everybody? I wanted to give a quick shout out to Devon, also known as the Black Airbender on Instagram. Yes, the Black Airbender on Instagram, and Devon the Airbender on YouTube, I think it is. Now, I want to give a quick shout out to Devon because I've been now part of his members group for 2 months, and I've been practicing this breath work that he teaches, the alchemy breath work, for 2 months now. And I am just, on a daily basis, I'm just blown away at how genius these practices are, how simple these practices are, and how just so effective these practices are. And they're so, it just baffles me that this even exists, you know, that it's so easy, and that that something so easy, the breath, and using the breath in many different ways, and you know, combining it with different things, with like daily life, that it can be so powerful and have such a tremendous effect in your life. And I also want to give a shout out to Devon himself for being such a great master, such a great teacher. Now Devon is, to me, he is a teacher or a master that is unlike any other breatharian teacher that I've ever seen online or met in person, because Devon somehow, he remains really humble. I've seen that he meets every single person on their own level. He lowers his vibration to meet them at their level. He does a really good job at this too. And he's very kind, and he also, I think this is the most amazing part, that when you ask Devon a question, he doesn't give you a long explanation. He doesn't give you, you know, he doesn't give you some type of formulas that, you know, you need to solve, and some type of mysteries, and he doesn't raise questions in your head at all. He also doesn't force anything upon you, which I think that's very, very awesome too. He just puts information out there, but this information he puts out there is so simple, and it is always, when somebody asks him a question and he answers the question, most of the 9 out of 10 times, or probably 10 out of 10 times, he answers the question with the breath, and it always leads back to the breath. And he makes it so simple that it's so understandable, it's so easy to put into practice. I've never come across such a person like Devon, or such a technique that Devon teaches. And basically it's just, you know, it's nothing groundbreaking, it's nothing special that he teaches, but it's so simple and effective, and it's so powerful that it actually is really special. But on the surface, it doesn't seem special at all. And I just love the way he teaches things, because he keeps it very down to earth, he keeps it very grounded, but he also keeps it very practical, but also very, like, so that you can elevate yourself, and it works, and it's so effective. And I'm just totally amazed by what he teaches, and the person that Devon is. So I just want to give a quick shout out. And he also has a members group where he has a bunch of techniques and a bunch of information on Instagram. So if you're interested, I suggest that you DM him on the Black Airbender on Instagram, and he'll give you the information. So until next time.